Hi, welcome to Nana's Kitchen. Today we're going to do something really different. We're going to make a rice pudding. The reason for I'm saying a rice pudding is because this rice pudding is going to be different. It's an old school favourite of mine. I used to love it when I went to school many years ago, but I'm going to make it in a crock pot. My ingredients for today is white rice, carnation, partly skimmed carnation milk, and milk, yes, milk in a bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually measure, I'm going to use a measuring jug for the rice because you don't want too much rice because it can get sticky. So we're going to put the rice in here. You don't need a lot of rice because rice expands. So we're going to use maybe 250 millilitres of rice. So what we're going to do, all we do is pour it in here. So put the rice in there. So now we're going to put the milk in there. So I'm just going to get the scissors. I have to be very careful with this milk because of it being in a bag, it'll just explode. Sorry about that. I'll clean that up in a minute. So we have to put that in there. I know I've just had a bit of a disaster with the milk. So that's the problem having milk in a bag. You have to put it in a jug, but I've already got milk in the jug, what I use for my husband's coffee. So I'll do that. Put that in there. Just give it a clean, so you don't want it to be dirty. So now we've got the rice and the milk in the crock pot. I'm going to give it a stir. So, and then what we're going to add next is the carnation milk. The carnation milk it's 2% partly skimmed, so I'm not going to add sugar because I think it'll be sweet enough with this carnation milk in it. So we add the full tin of carnation milk in the rice pudding. And then we're going to stir it slowly. And that's about it. That's quick and easy rice pudding, and maybe it does take a while, but we can come back to that later. So just give it another stir. Just comment in the section if you like rice pudding or you don't like rice pudding. Was it a school favourite? We're going to put it in the crock pot, and we're going to turn the crock pot on, and we have to put the lid on it, and we have to set the timer. As I said before, this is going to take a while to cook, but the result is going to be amazing. That's set now, so hopefully we'll come back a bit later and just have to stir it to make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom. It's cooking nicely, but it'll take a while yet, so we'll just have to come back to it. Look at this now, it's coming on great. How thick this is. Can't wait to taste this, it's so going to be nice. I'll leave it longer. Look how thick my rice pudding has become, but we're going to just leave it a bit longer, and I'm going to add some more milk. Yeah, we're just going to add a bit more milk into it because it looks a bit thick, but it just depends how much rice you use. Sometimes you can overdo it with the rice, but if you add a bit more milk, it'll still keep thickening and cook properly, and it'll be very nice. So come back in about 10 minutes. So now we're going to see if the rice pudding's done. So I'm just going to get a bowl. I'll try this one. So I'm going to bring it over here. So this is crock pot rice pudding. So we're going to try some. And it's really nice and creamy. Look. But now we're going to add the strawberry jam. I used to love doing this at school. So we put the jam in the dish, stir it, and it goes a nice pinky colour. It always reminds me of being at school more than years ago. So now the taste. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, really? That is really, really nice. But you can have as much jam as you want, but I only put a small amount in. Oh, so really, I can't stop eating it. I used to eat bowls of this when I was younger. My dad used to make it, but not in a crock pot. But try it. Quick rice pudding in a crock pot. Milk, rice, condensed milk. Put it in the crock pot and just leave it, and you end up with creamy rice pudding. Thank you for watching. See you next time.